Happy Earth Day! This is one of our favorite holidays at Green Builder Media, and this year we're celebrating by giving something back. Starting today, you can register to attend our 10th annual Sustainability Symposium for free. Join us June 3rd and 4th for a fully virtual event, just 3 hours each day, packed with high-impact conversations, fresh thinking, and real insight into where the housing market is headed. This year's theme is Systems Reckoning, because let's be honest, the cracks are showing. From rising costs and insurance instability to climate risk and shifting buyer expectations, the systems we've relied on aren't keeping up. And nowhere is that more visible than in housing, where what's being built is increasingly out of sync with what people actually need. Across 6 sessions, you'll hear from some of the most influential voices in sustainability, business, and the built environment. Our CEO, Sarah Gutterman, will open with the Affordability Reckoning, breaking down how we got here and what it will take to move forward. Environmental leader Bill McKibben explores the future of energy in a world defined by risk. NPR journalist Laura Sullivan brings a frontline perspective on why resilience is quickly becoming the new definition of affordability. And other leaders like Andrew Winston, Neil Collins, and RMI's Lena Hansen will challenge how we think about risk, development, and demand itself. This isn't about one solution, it's about asking better questions and having a more honest conversation about where the housing industry is going. If you're thinking about how to stay competitive, align sustainability with profitability, or navigate what's coming next, this will be time well spent. The registration link is in the show notes and, of course, on our website. If you're wondering whether green homes are worth it, ask the people already living in them. A new study from NAHB shows overwhelming satisfaction among energy-efficient homeowners. More than 9 of 10 would recommend a green home. Nearly as many say they'd buy one again. Why? Lower utility bills, better insulation, and confidence they made the right investment, both financially and environmentally. So what's the disconnect? Well, even as satisfaction rises, NAHB has supported efforts to roll back stricter energy codes to reduce construction costs. Which raises a bigger question. Are we prioritizing lower upfront prices at the expense of the performance buyers clearly value? Because in practice, that often just shifts long-term costs back to the homeowner through higher utility bills and less comfortable homes. At the same time, state and local governments are starting to go their own way. This week, several Franklin County towns in Massachusetts are considering adoption of a municipal opt-in specialized energy code. An Energy Code Collaborative member said, adopting the specialized code will enable residents to build a house their kids will want to live in and can afford to live in. That same shift is showing up in our data. According to new Cognition Smart data, the starter home mindset is disappearing. Buyers aren't thinking in steps anymore. They're thinking long-term. They're older, investing more, and approaching their first house as something that needs to last, not just get them into the market. That changes everything for builders because entry level no longer means bare minimum. It means performance, durability, and real value over time. The takeaway, if your product is built like a stepping stone, you may already be behind. Which brings us to a bigger idea, housing affordability. It isn't just a pricing problem, it may be a measurement problem. In the latest episode of the Valuation Metric, Sarah Gutterman argues the industry has been optimizing for the wrong metrics: price per square foot, short-term returns, lowest upfront cost, while overlooking what actually determines long-term value, things like resilience, energy performance, indoor air quality, and total cost of ownership. The result? Homes that look affordable on paper but cost more over time, financially and physically. She calls it what it is: cost shifting disguised as value. Here's a clip.
A lower first cost creates a much higher full cost. Cheap is not affordable. It's deferred pain. It's cost shifting disguised as value. It transfers risk from the builder to the buyer, from the short term to the long term, and from the spreadsheet to the human nervous system. It pushes the true cost of bad decisions downstream and then calls the result affordability. That's not a pricing strategy. It's a moral failure.
And we're starting to see what the shifts Sarah is talking about look like in the real world. Take these 3 cities. They're 3 different sizes, but they have one shared strategy: rethink sustainability from the ground up. Green Builder's 2026 most sustainable cities are Buffalo, New York, Kansas City, Missouri, and Piedmont, California. Each is approaching sustainability differently, but all point to the same conclusion: performance, resilience, and long-term value are becoming core to how cities grow. You can read more details about how they are getting it done in our show notes. At the very same time, innovative solutions are emerging in the housing market. Pre-designed home plans might sound like an old idea, but they're quickly becoming one of the most important shifts in housing. In Fort Collins, Colorado, a pilot program is rolling out permit-ready high-performance home designs. They're all electric, energy efficient, and aligned with 2030 climate goals. The goal is simple: cut costs, speed up permitting, and make better homes easier to build. And it's not just happening there. Cities across California are rolling out pre-approved ADU plans. Places like South Bend, Indiana, and Buffalo, New York are reviving pattern book housing. And after climate disasters, organizations are using pre-designed plans to help communities rebuild faster. Because for decades, we've built homes one at a time. Slow, expensive, unpredictable. Now a different model is emerging. Standardize the design, streamline the approval, scale the delivery. The future of housing may not be custom. It may be chosen from a menu. In another shift, utilities are trying to remove friction from electrification. Pacific Gas and Electric Company just launched the PG&E Powerhouse, an all-electric model home and living lab designed to test real-world solutions and make electrification easier to adopt. Have you ever heard a buyer say they'd rather renovate than build or buy new? That dream renovation might not be as simple as it sounds. According to MSN, in 2026, 9 common home upgrades, from garage conversions to DIY electrical to tearing down interior walls, are crossing into illegal territory if they're not properly permitted. The result? Fines, forced tear-outs, and major headaches when it's time to sell. That fixer-upper fantasy comes with more red tape than ever, making your high-performance new homes a stronger value proposition. Our editor's product pick for this week is Mohawk Smart Strand Carpet with Pure Ease technology. It's the first treated carpet to earn asthma and allergy-friendly certification. It's designed to reduce common allergens like dust, pet dander, and pollen while maintaining indoor air quality during everyday use. Why does this matter? Because healthier materials aren't a bonus anymore. They're becoming the baseline for many Americans who suffer from allergies and asthma. Let me leave you with a story that proves performance is a competitive advantage. Richmond American Homes, a subsidiary of Sekisui House US Inc., is getting recognized for something that's becoming harder to ignore: home performance. The Builders New Mexico division was just honored by Public Service Company of New Mexico's High Performance New Homes program for its sustainability efforts. Richmond American leads the state in median energy efficiency and has built more Energy Star certified homes than any other builder in New Mexico. They're also hitting a HERS score in the 40s, well lower than the typical code-built homes. This isn't just about energy savings, it's a full stack approach: better air quality, water efficiency, tighter building envelopes, and lower long-term costs for the homeowners. As this week's news makes clear, the systems are shifting, and the builders, cities, and companies that understand that shift are already pulling ahead. I'll have more news and trends for you next week. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe, and if you prefer your news in writing format, sign up for our Vantage newsletter and receive a news blog in your inbox every Thursday. Thanks for watching.
Before you click away, make sure you subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen, and don't miss the daily coverage on sustainability, housing, and what's next for home building at greenbuildermedia.com. Stay informed, stay ahead.